Kensu. That kind of like went off itself on TikTok. Let's see. Okay. Hi everyone. Hello. Hi everybody. Happy Tuesday. Tuesday and yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, this month just went like I don't know, like when you go on late August, until August, kilo, because that doesn't speak well of those of us born in August. Like it looks like we're just always in a hurry. But hi everyone, welcome in. Happy Tuesday and happy almost end of the month. Is that okay? Yeah. Y'all ready for fall? This year went pretty fast. I think January was like, and I think that's usually expected in January because you got bills to pay. It's a new year. Everything is dragging. Kids are going back to school. Yeah, you're going back to work. It's like, yeah. But it's been a very high Miss Ender Sanctuary. It's been a long week already. It's been a long week already. Hello, Queen Oyeronge. How are you? Hello. Shag Fag. Shag Fag. I don't know if that's how you said. Hi. But hi everyone. Let's see if I can do this. Hello. Good evening. Hello, Mr. Chinedu. How are you? What's going on? I sent you an email earlier today. I'm not sure if you respond. You probably respond. I don't know. It's been a long day. Hello. Hey, Miss Peggy. How are you? Hello, everyone. Good evening. Yeah, we'll go so yeah, we go so because this squinting in. All right. Welcome everyone to the most positive immersion space on social media platforms. Safest space to celebrate wins and ask questions about new policies on immigration with Sissy Lawyer. I mean, Kanoni, one and only. Any other is a counterfeit. A colleague will go hell colleague. Okay. You probably did. It's yeah. Hi, finest Shandy. Good evening. Shalafiyalo. How's my baby girl doing? Like mother, like daughter. Not even kidding me, y'all. Like this lady is drop dead gorgeous, and so he's her baby girl. When I say baby girl, it's like, hello, Miss Fumbi, how are you? How is life as a green card holder? I mean, she's a young adult, but just gorgeous ladies. Hello, Kenny Braxton, how are you? If you're just joining us for the first time, if this is your first time, you stumbled on and you're like, Auntie, don't say you're about English. Everybody, yes, this is the one and only CC lawyer. There's any other is a counterfeit for real. But anyway, I'm an immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. So it doesn't matter what state you live in, we can represent you. And if you just joined us for the first time, say hello, let us know what state or what country you're joining in from because y'all never know. Like I went to Jamaica 3 weeks ago. Was it 3 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago? I don't know. Weeks ago. And someone who actually joins our program, she was on. She actually signed on. Joined last week or the week before. In Jamaica. So you just never know who's going to need this information, where people are joining in from. So please share. That'll be very much appreciated. Once again, this is Attorney Abisola Adebola Olale, immigration attorney based in Alabama, but we represent immigration clients in all 50 states. So y'all know the routine. Please share, subscribe, like, follow at Olale Immigration, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Subscribe. We're trying day after day to build our subscribers on YouTube. So please stop by on YouTube and just hit the subscribe button. That would be very much appreciated. We need Fine Boy to find baby girl. No worry. I don't have Fine Boy under my. Let me go buy the Fine Boy. God, we got to find me. Well, not boy, man. Let's add them the boys. Well, that didn't come up. Anyway, y'all get the point. Oh, Lord have mercy. It's Tuesday. It's the beginning of a new week. So if you need to contact our office on TikTok, It's on the top of the screen. On YouTube and Facebook, it's scrolling down below the screen, and on Instagram, YouTube is where it's happening. Exactly. Miss Elena Sanctuary is has been kind enough to put that information out there for us. 334-341-4475. That's the contact information. Olalelawfirm.com. Once again, please hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Share, invite your friends and family. You just never know who's going to benefit from the information, which is free. And talking about free, I had, it wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be. Not bad because I don't joke on my weekends, but I had consults on a birthday promotion consults on Saturday. We had 6 slots that were up for grabs, and we had 30. I think it was 32 or 37 people on the standby, quote unquote standby list, because people are reaching out like, hey, there are no more slots. So that many people, and I really appreciate and I'm honored for trusting me with that to be able to evaluate your case properly. The only thing that was my pet peeve on Saturday is, as much as we had that many people on the waiting list, somebody decided, not that they didn't show up, but they knew they were going to be in a place where they were not going to have good reception, and still did not say anything and waited until the time and could not join on. That was frustrating because somebody else could have taken that spot. And the other 5 years, I finally met Miss Delia on TikTok, which she follows us on. So it was just, and every single consultation was just, a very, very touching story for people. So taking up a space that you knew you were not going to be in a position to, to be able to join in because you had, and when you emailed me and say, yes, you're out here in the place where everybody knows you wouldn't have good reception. And then you didn't think that, you should wait and let somebody else take that position. So I may end up, I may have to just put word out there since that person didn't show up, which was a waste of my time. I'm not going to lie. Because somebody else could. And then I called her 4 times. Called her 4 times. Didn't pick up the phone because she was in a place where reception was bad. Somebody else could have easily taken up that spot and would have been able to benefit from that. But anyway, so since that person, decided to, I think we're going to go back on the list and probably just, I don't know how we're going to do it because I don't know any of those names. Just select somebody to fill in that, so at least I knew, because that's what I committed to, and that's what I'm going to do. But anyway, so once again, 334-341-4475 is our contact information. Olalelawfirm.com. We'll be glad to represent you in your immigration case. So what we're talking about tonight, you already know the buzz that everyone's talking about. Let's talk. And my friend, my special friend, that special friend. Oh Lord. You can't do without that. You can't do with that. But she comes with this. Hello, Miss Abina. She comes with I actually had you in my mind today. Let me digress a bit. I had you in my mind, and I've had you in my mind over the weekend, and here's why. So remember when I was looking for, is it Aboniki, that really, really, hot raw version of Aboniki raw? Miss Abina was kind enough to send me one, right? And has been a lifesaver. So my baby TJ, my baby, 14-year-old TJ baby, has had his cough, so it's been bothering him. And so, like, okay, his dad is a physician, so obviously he's gotten some medication, and pediatrician and all that. It's also giving him some meds, but Tiwa kind of like African mom kicks in, like this can be something to just on the outside soothe it. And so I just remembered that Miss Sabina had sent me the app because I haven't used it in a while for anything. We didn't have any reason for it, so I whipped out my Aboniki stuff and I whipped it out. And you know how we do this? You put the menthol in hot water back in Africa. I'm sure you do in Caribbeans. Put in the hot water and put a towel over your head, and you breathe in, breathe out, kind of thing. Old school method. When I tell you the relief this kid had, And then once that was done, put all over his chest and his back. He slept like a baby. Because no matter how old your kids are, like I always said, I don't care how old my kids are. Obviously, you don't want to, handicap your kids, but I'm gonna help my kids to that's the African way, where I'm gonna help my kids to be stable, God helping me. So 14-year-old is he has to feel so your kid is sleeping and you can they keep coughing, you ain't gonna get any sleep. I mean, and our rooms are adjacent, so I was like, that night I tell you that kid slept. I had to go check and like, okay. I didn't even cough, like repeat it the next day. We're going to do it tonight again. So Mason Benham, I'm telling you, it's a lifesaver. You're not. I mean, then I used it myself. It's like, I didn't know this thing was that strong. I mean, I remember it was like, whoa, yeah, you will sleep well. So thank you so much. And also, I was going to send an email to USCIS because I was like, okay, let me give it about 3 weeks so they don't get on my case, because it's not even a week yet that they granted the expedited request. So it was hard to not do it, but I would be patient. So let's talk about this PIP lawsuit. Let's talk about it. That's what we're talking about tonight. Unless you're living under a rock, you all know what state of y'all living in Texas. I don't even know. Yeah, in Texas, I'm not even sure. Yeah, I mean, my fingers were itching me to type. I was like, they've already told me once before, don't send us emails like that. So let me just respect myself. Like, I'm too Nigerian for USCS, I'm telling you. I tell you, don't be fooled by all the visioners. Tomatoes in Nigeria, like, you will not believe, like, no, we're not doing that. But anyway, PIP, Parole in Place program, rolled out a week ago yesterday, right? Not even a week after just end of last week. And some of my colleagues predict, and even some immigrants, like, of course, it was spearheaded by the state of Texas. Which other state is going to get in the ring first? Of course, it's got to be Texas. And then to think about, this is the same state that was part of another country, but they had a treaty and took it over. And now you want to close the whole border to the people who owned the land before, So Texas is the and the other states. Texas is the main villain, for lack of a better word, and then all the other states will join each other. Okay, Texas, sorry, and then the other one was like, okay, we're coming in, but Texas is the one that is the what I wanted to say, I shouldn't say. You know what I mean. But anyway, filed a lawsuit against the Biden administration about this Parole in Place program. So let me just summary of what is the basis of the lawsuit. They are saying that the Parole in Place program is unconstitutional and that it hurts the state of Texas and other states at large, because it basically goes against the intent of this. This is just a summary of the whole 200 million pages of the complaint, that it goes against no more exactly and that it goes against the intent of Congress as far as legalization of immigration policies, and that this only just allows illegal immigration to continue. That's basically what they're arguing in a nutshell. And because of that, Texas being one of those countries where that it's going to keep promoting illegal entry, and Texas being one of those countries that borders another country where they have an influx of many, many immigrants crossing the border, not just from the citizens of Mexico, but also citizens from other countries go through Mexico, that it hurts the state of Texas and the other states that joined with them. The what we call in our country, follow. I'm like, follow. They can't stand on their own. Biden administration, on the other hand, is saying they've got no basis. They've got no argument. How in God's name does this hurt you? These people are already here. Your argument is it's going to open up more. It's going to lead to more illegal entry. But that's not where we're talking about. We're talking about the fact that these people are already here and they are married to citizens. They've been here for a decade or more, and they have not been in trouble, or they don't have any criminal that's one of the requirements, criminal offense record that's going to disqualify you from that. There are about 500,000 citizens that are already U.S. citizens, that these are family members of those citizens that have been here for that long. And my take on that is the government also definitely has a point. If you're saying that it's illegal immigration, that people, 𝒑𝒂𝒏𝒕, if they know you're an immigrant, like, go back for where you're from, or you get your, come in legally. And I'm thinking, first of all, let's call it spade a spade, because now I'm getting very heated. If you want to talk about people coming into the country legally, the history of this country, we started with people who came in from Europe and came in illegally, illegal immigrants, because unless you are a Native American, which none of these people who are in this Texas and other look like, then they came in illegally, took over someone's land illegally. And now you turn around and they'll tell people to come in legal. I'm not promoting illegal immigration. I'm just saying the hypocrisy is just, it's beyond me. So, that's the whole point of this lawsuit. And so the judge decided that since there is some substance to what state of Texas and others, it's true. Let's call it spade a spade. You want to talk about illegal immigration, but yet you took over a country from other people. You put them on reservation, and then you have an agreement with them. And then you say other people coming in illegally. Make it make sense. But anyway, the judge decided, okay, the complaint has some substance to it. And so because of that, there is an injunction in place. Basically, a temporary restraining order, so like a temporary injunction for 14 days. And so each party will make their own argument. And after the 14 days, it could be extended. It could be lifted. They could grant the plaintiffs relief and halt it altogether. But until then, USCIS is now continuing to accept applications. So the temporary injunction, does not stop applications from being accepted. We actually had 2 clients sign up with us today for the PIP, which we're going ahead to still sign. And most of my clients are people who came in legally with visas, some kind of legal documentation. When I tell you that I really, really did not expect to have the number of people that we've had reach out to us, that we've already submitted, and those that are still reaching out and having consultation on this program, I didn't even know, to be honest with you, that, and these are Africans, Caribbeans as well. I didn't know that there was a high number, or a reasonable number of Africans, Caribbeans that actually cross the border as well. And that's the thing, you just never know what someone's history is. One of the people that I met that I consulted with on Saturday, we're doing a PIP for her. She came in through the Canadian border, right? She came in illegally without papers and all that, because this woman has, when I tell you that people are, this woman opened up, I didn't see that coming, but that was her story. Pulled up her blouse, which she could have told me, like, like what I could understand, she was in the moment. Pulled up a blouse, and all over her chest were marks of abuse, because she was fleeing from her husband back in Nigeria that had beaten the crap out of her for years. And she had one child, she had to come in. So her and her child came in. She's now married to a citizen. And so all 3 of them met me, on Saturday. So you just never, I didn't know that, that many people but you just don't know people's stories. And to know that this person has a chance finally to come out from out of the shadow and have a voice, have an identity in this country, be able to finally be able to finally file papers. You just never know what people are going through. Um, so so that's that in a nutshell. So we're still submitting the applications, but USCIS cannot approve any new or pending applications. And then if some of them, if you've had if an applicant has had biometrics done before, then they get notices of, will reuse your prints. But for those, which many people don't have any biometrics done in the past because they've just never come up for anything, biometrics also have been halted. The USCIS cannot conduct any new biometrics appointments until this 14 days passes, depending on what happens after the 14-day period. So what does it take from this? Still, if you qualify for the PIP parole in place program, in spite of the lawsuit, just keep going, keep filing. If you look through the whole complaints, it's just gibberish. At the end of the day, the only concern I have is the judge that is in charge of that is one that was appointed by this by Trump. I was going to say something there, but let's just call his real name Trump. He was appointed by Trump. So that's my only concern. But there's nothing prayers cannot do. We'll pray. The Bible says the heart of the king is in his hands. Just like a river, he would turn it in the direction that he chooses. So whether you are appointed by Trump or Trump, whichever one, if God decides he's going to direct you to favor his own children, just like he directed Pharaoh to favor his children, there's nothing anyone can do to stop that. So let them file what they want to file. And for those of you living in my brother one, brother one, but those of you living in Texas, 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. And it's amazing. There's a lot of half of my clients probably live in Texas. Everybody's moving to Texas. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕 in Texas. And let it file one lawsuit. Like, see what's going on. Am I born in Alabama though? Am I 𝐷𝐸𝐿𝐵𝒒𝒐 though? Am I 𝐷𝐸𝐿𝐵𝒒𝒐? But anyway, so that's that in a nutshell. Fingers crossed that things work out, in favor of the Biden administration. That's what we're hoping. So there we have it. And that's all she wrote, people. Nigerians love space. That's true. I mean, but the thing is, with everyone moving to Texas used to be where you can get the huge mansion for for peanuts. Used to be years ago. But with everybody moving to Texas, the real estate has gone up. Cost of living is going up. That's the truth. That's why y'all don't come to Alabama, because we love our low standard of living. Yeah. We don't want because I love what I pay for my mortgage. Let's leave it alone. Mississippi, Alabama here. Let's don't come. Yeah, y'all won't even like it because they're too Republican in Mississippi and Alabama. No, Mississippi, no. I love you, but I love you from afar. That's all she wrote, people. All right. So once again, if you just joined us for the first time, welcome. We get to questions at the end of the topic. This is a huge topic for a lot of people. Many hundreds of thousands of families are being affected. Some people, actually, some U.S. citizen spouses have actually joined in with the government as respondents in this lawsuit, because obviously it affects families. And you better believe that the Biden administration is going to fight, because we're talking about over 500,000 citizens that they can potentially get their votes. So they're going to fight for these people. So we'll just see. So we'll keep you updated. Prophecy is already happening. This pastor mentioned that Texas. Oh, really? Okay. Even 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕 join priesthood. It's just I have too many skeletons in my closet. Because when you become, a pastor or woman of God, that's when people are like, 𝒑𝒂𝒔𝒔𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕 investigating. No, let's leave it alone. All right. So let's get as many questions as possible. General information in responses to your questions. This is not legal advice. It's legal recommendation. So I mean, it's asking, no, we ain't doing that. But anyway, all right, let's get questions. Let me put this up. Okay. Woman of God. Miss Martha, you speaking that into existence? Because I just said it at 8:55 and you wrote that in the comments at 8:44. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. No. I'm a woman of faith, yeah. But Pastor, it's not happening. I like to work on I'm still God's work on the construction. And I like it that way. Because I reserve the right to be able to cuss at any time. Because if you're doing women of God, you can't cuss people out. I'm an African mother too. We gotta be, sometimes that's yeah. Let's leave it that alone. Anyway, someone says, hello, Abby. I don't go by Abby on a professional level. I go by Attorney Olale or Sissy Lawyer. So if you're calling me Abby, you and I are not friends on that level like that. Okay. Filed for a year ago and have an approved I-130. Can I use that on my VAR to make the process go faster? You can ask them to transfer priority date, but USC has to come back and tell you that it is, they'll tell you though it is discretionary. And the funny thing is, whenever you have an I-130 that you filed, your abusive spouse filed on your behalf before, even though that's what the statute says that they can transfer it, and some attorneys tell you no, they don't try. It's right, and I think I've showed you guys the way it is on the policy. But even USCIS now, I think they just back in their what's the word I'm looking for? They're kicking back because they know that if they apply that, which they have in some of my cases, then they're required to do everything. But when they approve your I-360 petition, you're going to see that the priority date is not going to be the priority date of your I-130. Whether it was withdrawn, revoked, denied, approved, it doesn't matter. So make it make sense. Okay. I came to the United States with a visitor visa for a second time and got married less than 90 days of my entry and filed for a green card. If scheduling for an interview, is that a good sign? I can speculate whether that's a good sign or not. You just have to attend your interview, and I would advise that if you didn't have a lawyer prepare your case with you, have a lawyer go with you. Greetings from St. Kitts in the Caribbean. Hello, Joanna Collins. See, that's what I told you, because you never know where someone is joining in from. Welcome. We thank you for joining us all the way from the Caribbean. Yes, please subscribe, share, follow, like, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. What will happen to the people that already applied that didn't get approved if the judge stopped it? Let me put this on. So Tamika says, what will happen to the people that already applied that didn't get approved if the judge stopped it permanently? What will happen to their application? Then that'll be the end of it. So the people that already applied, which some of my clients are, we've applied this. It's processing, but they can't make a decision. That's part of what the temporary injunction is saying. If they stop it permanently, then definitely I can guarantee the Biden administration would appeal. But if that's the case, they may not be able to continue to approve it. So it's probably going to still be, if the judge now comes back and says they cannot accept any more any new applications, then they would have to stop it until a higher court now grants an appeal to reverse that. Hopefully not. We're not speaking that into existence, but logically speaking, that's what legally, procedurally, that's what you would expect. Yes, I would do this every Tuesday and Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What in God's name is UTC Standard Time Zone? What is UTC? Is it UTC or UCT? UTC time zone. Does anybody know? Because I don't know why one country has like 200 time zones, but here we are. Okay, let's go to TikTok. All right, let's see. I haven't. So please do not repeat questions. Please do not repeat your questions. That would be very much appreciated so we can go through as many questions as possible. Okay. I haven't heard back in regards to I-485, and it's been 5 months. What is the waiting time? USCIS.gov. Coordinated universal time. For real? Okay. What time, what states uses that? USCIS.gov. Anything about processing time, how long, go on USCIS.gov/processing time to give you how long it's taken, especially for 485. You put in the field office that has jurisdiction over your case, or I think there should be the service centers as well. It will tell you the estimated time frame that it's taking for them. What can you do if you have an I-131 pending and now have a death in your family? You can make an InfoPass appointment, schedule an appointment through your USCIS account, or call the contact center and let them know it's an emergency, and they would have a tier 2 officer call you to schedule so you can come in and they can adjudicate that. You probably would have to also have it, with you, a copy of your receipt notice, a new form just in case, and evidence of why it is an emergency that you need to be granted. Okay. I-130. Okay. Horty, is it Horty or Hort? Hort. I was going to answer your question, but since you want to put it several times, I'm going to skip it. Okay. I had my I-730 asylum application approved in June. Does the 1 year rule apply to the green card, or I can file now? I-730 is what you filed so that your qualifying family members can join you. It has nothing to do with when you can file for your green card. When your asylee status was granted, you actually didn't have, you don't, the new policy doesn't require you to wait a year before you can file the green card. What it requires is that by the time USCIS adjudicates your I-485, you have been physically present in the United States from the time you got your asylum status approved for a year. So your I-730 filing has nothing to do with when you can file a green card. Hello, Miss Delia. How are you? It was so nice to finally put a face to you on Saturday, and it was great talking to you. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Dr. Jerry. You have a personal question for me. Okay. Okay, thank you, Miss Maggie, for taking care of um Spain was the first European country to claim and control their. Yeah, they claimed it. And that's the thing. You're claiming other people's land, driving the people who own the land away, and then you tell other people they're illegal immigrants. Come on, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Yeah. Uh okay. I think I said it so many times like please do not repeat questions, so we're just gonna skip that. Alrighty, okay. You're welcome, Miss Delia. Mm, Do you handle divorce or separation? I have a 10-year green card and my US citizen keep me out today. Sorry to hear that. I can handle divorce separation only in the state of Alabama and New York. I'm licensed in New York, but usually I have someone who, because I'm not physically present there, I usually go through another law firm. But because unlike immigration, divorce is not federal practice, state specific. So if you're not in Alabama, then you're going to have to find someone that is licensed to practice law and practice family law in your state. USCI is requested for RFE for me for I-485 since January. Today I saw my app that my case is being, you mean reviewed? Brown, you mean reviewed? Because it said revealed. I'm not sure what you meant revealed. Hello, Mr. Shito. How are you? It's been a minute. Can H4 visa holder work volunteer? Hi, H4 visa holder can work volunteer here. I don't recommend that. What you call volunteer may still be regarded as unauthorized work by USCIS if in event you need to now adjust status or change status of something in the future. Okay. Reviewed. Okay. So what's your question on that? I-130 approved. So what's your question? How can a divorce partner file for another? How can a divorce partner file for another filing spouse after the first? Okay, you're gonna have to rephrase your question. Shady bills. You're gonna have to rephrase your question, and y'all need to help me with these questions. I know you're writing in a hurry, but you know. You people. Oh, I'm not sure if that's how you. Your answer, your question is not being answered because you've written it more than once. It's a very simple instruction. Do not repeat questions. Very simple. So if you're going to repeat questions, I'm going to skip it. Simple. Let's see. Okay. So what's your question, Old Brown? Okay, let me go to Instagram. So while I wait for you to ask the question, please do not repeat questions. Okay, so what's your question, O Brown? I got that. I'm making a divorce refile for another spouse after. Can you file the EB1A for? I don't do EB1 cases. I only do EB2 perm and EB2 NIW. What does that mean? I cannot tell you what it means. It just means basically reviewing your case. It could mean several things. It could mean they're ready to. The fact that you have an I-130 approved does not mean they can schedule for an interview, just so you know that. It can also mean that they review your case, they're getting ready to approve your case. Hopefully that's what it means, that they're getting ready to make a decision and approve your case. But I can't speculate to what your case is actually being reviewed is going to mean, because that can actually mean several things. And hopefully what it means in your case at this point is that they're going to approve your case. Okay, let me go on Instagram. Hello, Ninette, how are you? I don't know if that has been a long week already. Hello, Missy Diet, how are you? Okay. Congratulations to all clients I see on Instagram. Thank God for his blessings. Good evening, Kenny Braxton. They're my handsome young men are doing just fine. I was testing it today. I was trying to get to school this morning because when he was when it was much younger, like when I say much younger, like under 7, like people would tell him, such a good looking boy. And he'll look up to them like, I know. I'm like, ah. was raising you. Ah, no, no, no. This only I'm like, no, 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 no. That's not what you said. I said, thank you. Like he said, yeah, but he said, but I know you know. Ah, oh yeah, yeah. You thought he's always the mother's one. Ah, yeah, quick. No, 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 we ain't gonna do that. So I was testing him. I was driving to school this morning. I was like, TJ, you know, you're such a very good looking kid. He looked at me. He smiled. I said, appreciate it. I was like, that's more like you. But I'm sure he was thinking in his head, like, okay, you're trying to see what I'm going to say, right? Did you know grandma is my namesake? Ma, I did. Oh, really? Oh, wow. That is nice to know, Miss Peggy. Yes, that is. My mom is. I did. I think that's our royal because I did mean like what crown, right? But she's actually, everybody claims that they're from a royal family. But my mother really is from Ogunde royal family, Jebutele. I think it's Ade. The royal name is Ade Yoruba. I don't know if she's on something, but for real, she is Princess Mojusola Adeton. So there you have it. But good to know, Miss Peggy. And we represent immigration clients in all 50 states. So thank you, Miss in the sanctuary. Let's see. Miss Peggy says I'm on YouTube and Instagram. I've heard that usually the video is better on YouTube. I mean, it's still the same. I know. Well, compared to, I don't know. As long as you can see and hear me, that's what matters, and get the information. Thank you, Miss in the sanctuary. I would have taken the spot. So yeah, yeah. So I will, because that's what I committed to. So we're going to. I just don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe just put it out there again because I don't know to. I was talking to my social media and my virtual assistant leader. Like, okay, how do we? Because she compiled the name. So anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Abonic is a lifesaver. It is. It is. Yeah, and usually when I've used all kind of medications, like what, let's go, let's go traditional, quote unquote, because boy is not working. No, it's not. I'm telling you, he slept like a baby. I was like, thank God for Miss being like, you have no idea how great I felt because if you have, no matter how old your kids are, when your kids don't feel good, that's not how you're gonna feel good. You're gonna feel it. Yeah. First time I used a Boniki, I was behind the wheel and I thought it was just like Rob. When I tell you I had to park for close to 30 minutes. Yeah, I was going by. It's not even funny. Texas is that last one that would allow the mom have another child. Mr. Sanctuary, are you trying to talk about yourself? Or are you trying to talk about my TJ? Because TJ is the child that you knew you had. Like, that's it. Baba God, Eshigoni, we're thankful. But that's it. And that's the same as Missouri Sanctuary, truth be told. Those, last born kids, I comment my reserve. My cousin wants to use a body cream. He need to tell the story. A body cream is nobody's joke. It's nobody's mate. Okay, let's see. Hello, Mr. Kennyman. How are you? California people causing cost of living to jump in Texas. Oh, California people in Texas, I guess. All right. How long after VAR approved and sent medical I can get the green card? I'm waiting since April. If you're waiting, April is what, 4 months ago? Come on now. Hello, Miss Monica. How are you? Can my ex spouse be a sponsor for me in my current marriage based application? Like for real? Like your ex spouse would be like y'all on the same, y'all can, you're good where she is going to put their financial record on the line for you. I mean, they can. Well, the person filed for you in the past. I mean, that's it. Can your ex spouse be a joint sponsor, like an affidavit of support? I don't see why not if they qualify, but hopefully you guys don't have like no, seriously now. If you had a filing before, that may make them call you in for an interview just to probe into your situation. But generally can't, as long as the person is U.S. citizen or green card holder, 18 years or older, and they make enough, I don't see any reason why not generally. But obviously this is a different dynamic, so I don't know. Just they can, but just don't be surprised if they call you for an interview. African mothers are the same age as White, Kenyan, Ghana, Nigerian. Yep. Hello, Miss Mayoko. How are you? Miss I am Busolami. Whether hard or easy it may seem, God is definitely in charge. Yes, and His will and shall be done. There's nothing that I'm more sure of. His will and shall be done, whether anybody likes it or not. So that's all we can ask for. You talked about tax affecting citizenship application. Doesn't apply to VAR applicants too. I'm assuming what you're referring to is the filing status. And so that specifically is about relating to good moral character. If there's a reason to believe that you were filing something that you didn't qualify for, that may also be something that will be considered in a VAR case, because VAR cases also require good moral character. Oh, let me start sharing. We're reading TikTok and Saturday Instagram. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Miss Peggy. If someone submitted her VAR case since 12 months ago and she did not receive anything yet, only received prima facie, what can she do? She submitted I-45, I-360, all of that. What do you mean she didn't submit? She didn't receive anything? Like you didn't get, if you didn't get a receipt notices, how did you not get a prima facie determined? No, you're saying you have your notices, but nothing else since then. If you, the question then is, what category work permit did you submit? If it's the right category, which is a C9, then I think 12 months is still within the normal processing time. I may be wrong, but that's just very general in nature. So if you want to specify exactly what you're expecting. Hello, Epic Movements. How are you? Okay. Do you handle juvenile cases under 21 and abused? What do you mean juvenile cases? Are you talking of CG's, special immigrant juvenile cases? Are you talking about, which one are you talking about? What exactly are you talking about? She has one pet peeve. Do you think being a foreign military officer can negatively affect one's EB2 national interest? Your status as a foreign military officer has nothing to do with your petition. The relevance of your service to your home country will come into play when it's time to either adjust your status if you're in the country or apply for immigrant visa. But the fact that you served in your own military doesn't mean you're going to be found ineligible for a green card or just in status. Hello, Miss Adequate, how are you? Oh, okay. Oh, really? Okay. That so the video what I use on YouTube is my laptop. I guess it was worth looking down. My son watching he can learn something. Oh, that's good. I did. Okay. Um, Last borns were just awesome. I even forget. Yes, I forgot, Mr. Bennett. Yeah, if you say so. Bukola Yomi Ajayi. If I knew you repeated your question, I would have skipped it altogether. This is not. It's. All right, okay. He didn't file for you before. Okay, so if he didn't file for you, then I think you should be fine. You should be fine. If you have I hope you have a lawyer that you can run all of this by, just to make sure that you've crossed all your T's and dotted all your I's. But general information, nothing speaks to anyone's case. I won't see any reason why he can't. I mean, that's actually good. Yeah. So you've really been in my thoughts. I think it's your eyes. I'm laughing no because that's a thank you, but um, that's I was talking to someone today. And I call him my bro. Shala, he goes, Sister Abby, I think the problem is you. I said, yeah, I know. He said, he says, when people say it's not you, it's me, and people just want to say that because they want to get away from it, and but he says, but in your case, the problem really is you. That term actually applies to you. So I'm probably don't let me be in your eyes, in your thoughts, because you're probably better off with that. Because I'm a whole lot. He ask those who know me. Go ask my ex-husband. How long does it take to get an approval for derivative asylum? It's been almost a year, and I haven't gotten a response aside from minister receipt and biometrics. Derivative asylum. And so as the principal applicants receive their asylum status, I guess is my first question to you. Special immigrant. So I do that, but I only take over the immigration part unless you are in the state of Alabama. The reason being, I used to work with, try to get attorney contact in whatever state, but it was just a hassle for me. So unless you are in the state of Alabama is when I start with the state court, because I'm actually a deputy attorney general in the state of Alabama for Department of Human Resources and Children's Services. So I represent Greene County, so I know our system. But obviously, I don't know the systems in other states. So I take it from when you have the court order declaring the child dependent and all the requirements that USCIS, the wordings USCIS requires, and then that's where I take it when it's time to now file the I-360. But I don't do the juvenile court part of it. I hope that answers your question. The principal has been approved. So the I-730 is pending. Is that what is pending? I-730. Okay. A year is not actually out of the norm, to be honest with you. Fresh, you're welcome. Politicians should stop playing politics with people's emotions, both sides. Democrats had all three branches of government in 2009. No immigration. Okay, to be honest with you, I said the same thing. I was talking to a group of colleagues, a couple of colleagues, I should say, and yes, we've got to give credit to whom it is due. Biden is doing it now. Great, awesome, amazing. It's helping people. It would have been two things about that for me. Number one, He's had 3 years to do this. Why the election year? Come on now. It's politics. It's calculated. You're trying to garner more votes because obviously if you're telling people that you're going to put in a policy that's going to let their loved ones, their stepkids and their spouses stay, absolutely they're going to vote for you. I mean, come on, you're basically telling them they can do away with a 601A waiver that takes years to be approved. You're telling them they can do away with the risk of going back to their home countries and just stay put and be fine with the family. You could have done that 2-3 years ago. Let's be real. That's number one. Number two, okay, so what about the majority of people who came in legally, married to a citizen, but the citizen wouldn't file? Yes, you have a case like VAL, but VAL takes forever. What about some kind of policy that allows those people who qualify also being here for years, paying taxes, to be able to file something temporarily and travel, and then eventually not have to go through proving heaven and earth that they deserve a green card? How about that? But we'll take what we can. It is what it is. So okay, I actually do agree with you. But that's what we have. We've got to accept what at least there's something. And so it's going to benefit some people. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Lala, I would have answered your question, but you've repeated your question, so I'm going to skip that altogether. The same thing with you, Lynn D. So yeah. Let's see. Okay, still the same question. Can you include your wife and kids for filing I-140? Yes, you can. Kids under the age of 21 and unmarried. Okay. Let's see. You wanted to know if you'd be called for it. So, Old Brown, it's possible, but if you have something saying case reviewed, a case being actively reviewed, it can mean several things. It can mean a whole array of things. So, and I've had cases where it would say cases being actively reviewed, and the next, within a week or even within 48 hours, they approve the case. But you can also have cases being actively reviewed, and the next they say we're ready to schedule for an interview. So you just never know. But in your case, since you said the I-130 has been approved, is it still possible for them to schedule an interview in an I-45? Absolutely, even with an approved I-130, because I've seen that happen. But hopefully, in your case, it is a matter of them saying that, it's a matter of them wanting to approve your case. So just wait and see. Okay, let's see. Okay. Right. All right. So I think we've gone through. Can someone who already filed asylum since 2022 in case is still pending interview qualify for EB2 NIW? Can you qualify for EB2 NIW? Yes. It's not about whether you qualify for the NIW itself. It's about, can you apply for your green card without having to leave the country? And I think I've made a video about this. The petition is not the issue. That's not the issue. The petition is not the issue. The petition is the underlying basis for you to apply for the green card. So, to put it another way, you don't have to even be physically present in the United States to file an NIW I-140 petition. People file from outside the country. The question really is, with a pending asylum case, will you be able to apply for a green card without having to leave the country? And it would depend on, what state you live in, because there was a case law that actually happened because on technical violation where that couple was already out of status on F1, but they were able to win adjustment of status appeal because the district court found that it was a technical violation on USCI's part because they failed to adjudicate their case timely, even though they maintained status for a while. But if you didn't file your asylum within 180 days before going out of status, or you were already out of status, or you maxed out your I-94 before you filed, there's a whole lot that goes into that. So that you're going to be better off sitting with a lawyer to figure that out. But it's not, you can file the petition itself. The question is, can you apply for a green card? Okay. All right, everybody. So we're just going to be hopeful and stay prayerful that we're going to find favor. A lot of us don't benefit from this PIP program, truth be told. But for those who benefit, they're also, fellow immigrants, that we would rejoice with them if this injunction is lifted, because y'all don't even know how many people, like I told you about this lady on Saturday who came in, fleeing from domestic abuse in Nigeria. And now, even though, we're starting the case, yes, because she's still hopeful, and I'm hopeful that it will go through. And, she emailed me to us like, no weapon formed against me shall prevail. And I agree in faith with her, because like she's been here for so long and now finding something that can help her and her child. And because I think the child was about 5, 4, literally the child when she had to flee, and now finding something that can help, and then you've got a lawsuit coming in, and it's a whole lot. But when you have people who don't lose faith and still believe and trust that God is going to do that which he has promised to do, because I'm a big believer that he hasn't brought us this long way to fail us. There is no how God is going to take us from wherever we're all from, and we're here and we would not prosper. It's just a matter of time. We surely will prosper and fulfill all that he has called us to be, and that which is our destiny. It has to happen, because if he has spoken it, it surely will come to pass. And if he has started it, he will complete it. And so we just keep believing in. But the most important thing out of all of this, if you're hear nothing else, please hear me loud and clear. If you are a citizen, please do not sit home in November. Do your part, vote. Do your part and make the difference, because you don't expect that, there are a lot of people, being rallied around and all that. But do your part and vote. Get out of your house and vote, because whoever is elected president will definitely have an impact on immigration and the lives of immigrants. So let us do our part. Those of us who God has given the privilege of becoming citizens, please let us vote, but leave the rest in God's hands. He cannot fail. There's no record of failure with him, and it's not going to start now. Hello, Mr. Kelvin. I want to know if I need a lawyer. Please help. Sit down with a lawyer to discuss your case. We will be glad to have a consultation with you so we can figure out if you need an attorney. But prayer never fails. Prayer always works. Prayer never fails. So, let's just keep believing. Let's just keep being hopeful. God is still the God of miracles. There's nothing too difficult for him to do. There's nothing impossible for God to do. He's done beyond what we can ask or think in the past. And he's still the same God that never changes. So let's keep believing. Let's keep praying. That's what we have. Our strongest weapon, most powerful, strongest weapon is prayer. Speaking it into existence and agreeing in faith with one another, that will continue to rejoice with one another. And even this PIP, for those whose lives seem to be halted, there's no one who can stop what God has started. So let's just remember that always. I will see you guys on Thursday. And can I just say, please, for the sake of it, please, let us try not to repeat questions. It just, I don't know what else to say, but it would be very, very helpful. But I'll see you guys on Thursday, everyone. Have a good evening.